Georgia on the logo, celebrating back-to-back Nats. Perfection wears red and black tonight. 15-0, the Dogs have done it and won a second consecutive national.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, not again.
Leaf Booker to get the night started. Downfield looking for Godwin, into his hands, and guess which dogs are barking first? Uga, get after it.
Sonny Michel will send the Dogs home to the championship game.
And Bobo throws that thing in the end zone and
Yes!
touchdown! Touchdown in the goal line!
Sigue Ringo, corta dentro, Ringo, touchdown! Georgia!
The Georgia Bulldogs bludgeon their way to back-to-back. Glory, glory. Georgia, as the fight song says.
This is our love for each other. 1 + 1 = what? 3. We are better together and we are connected.
This is Robert Iron E. Singleton, a.k.a. D-Dog from The Walking Dead, or Alton from The Blind Side, and you are watching Respect the Hedges on the Fan Addict Sports Network. All right, guys, go Dogs, sick 'em.
What's going on, Bulldog Nation and Respect the Hedges family? We are back up in here for another episode of Respect the Hedges on the Fan Addict Sports Network. I'm your host, Coach I. That's right, UGA Alum, man. Listen, we are live here in Athens at Creature Comforts Taproom. Creature Comforts being the official craft beer of the UGA Athletics, man. Listen, this is our first live show, so y'all bear with us. We're going to do the same thing, man. We're going to introduce the cast, and then we're going to talk some college football, and, of course, we're going to talk some Georgia versus South Carolina. All right, first up, man, we're going to bring in some of our support ladies, man, who, listen, they help out with the Respect the Hedges channel, man, do a variety of things, and we want to show them some love. So let my ladies come on up. Come on up, ladies. Come on up. Where's our third lady? All right, somebody sit here. All right, let's go there.
Go.
All right, you can sit there.
All right.
All right. All right, we're going to introduce our ladies and let them say hello, what's up, and Respect the Hedges. So to my right is former trainer to UGA football team. She's a physical therapist. She's a part of the Touchdown Club of Atlanta. Listen, she's all around good dog, man. We got Heena Patel.
What's up, everybody?
How you feeling today, Heena?
Good. We're bringing the heat. The ladies are bringing the heat. Check out what we got on our fingers.
Look, the ladies are all donning some of the UGA championship rings. So check that out, man. Check that out. Listen, and right here to my left, listen, it's our Respect the Hedges official photographer, UGA alum, Katlyne. Katlyne.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Go Dog.
Show them what you got.
Yes, I gotta show my ring.
Hey, show your ring.
Thank you.
All right, and then beside Katlyne, listen, everybody knows her in the comments. She's always the first one, the first lady of Respect the Hedges. This is Shelby McDonald. What's up, Shelby?
Hey, Go Dogs. Let's go ahead and get this green piece started.
That's right. How you feeling today, Shelby?
I'm feeling good. I've had a little bit of Creature Comforts, so I'm feeling real good. I'm ready to get this green piece started, and I'm really ready for some fried chicken.
Hey, you wouldn't be talking about Gamecock fried chicken, would you?
Whatever, South Carolina, we can have some regular fried chicken.
That's
I
right.
definitely want to have some Tonka.
That's right. Tonka said our stadium. Well, he didn't say our stadium. What? Loud. He just didn't mention us when he talked about the most fiercest atmosphere in the SEC. So we got to show up, be loud and proud, and go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. We're going to let our ladies exit. Thank you, ladies. And y'all know what time it is, man. It's time to bring on the Respect the Hedges crew, man, as we always do, man. First up, y'all already know who first up, man. Former defensive back for the University of Georgia, our hype man, Erik Robinson, Mr. E. Rob. What's going on, E. Rob?
What's happening, baby?
Hey.
I messed around and let your boy go on the road.
That's right. We on the road, E-Rod. How you feeling today, dog?
Hey, look, man, we got a big game this weekend. I'm in Athens, doing what I love to do. I got my dogs here out here. And then the mess around and gave me a crowd.
That's
Boy,
right.
look here, don't give me an audience because I will show out. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm looking forward to be here. I'm very happy to hear Creature Comforts. I think we got me join a couple of Creature Comforts. So the second hour of the show, who knows, it might go off the rail. You never know. Stay tuned.
That's right, man. That's right. Moving on along, man. Listen, we're going to bring up the coolest fan in the land, man. High school teammates with former Dogs, Patrick Patton and C-Rob. Let's go. It's going to be Cool Cal.
Okay.
Come on, Cool Cal. Come on, Cool Cal. Yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.
Y'all see Junior Coach I walking in with some pizza and my guy C-Rob.
No, everywhere.
How you feeling?
What it do?
How you feeling today, Cal?
Oh man, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Looking back, man, from our first episode and being here, man, it's exciting, man. I'm proud of all of us, man. Let's just keep it rolling, man. Let's go, Dogs.
That's right, man. That's right. Listen, I forgot to tell y'all, for those that just not tuning in, man, E-Rob is a double dog. He played baseball at UGA just as much as he played football. So shout out to E-Rob for being a double dog, man. Hey, speaking of double dogs, we're gonna bring up another one, man. Former wide receiver and track runner, Thad Shorty Parker.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, it don't matter. It don't matter.
Grab the mic.
What's going on? All right, so Shorty gonna find him a seat right here. How
What up?
you feeling, Shorty?
Man, good to be in the field. I'm just here to kick. Get this microphone. Good to be in the building, man. Just happy to have another episode. Shout out to the ladies, man. Those rings were awesome. Yeah. I envy you ladies, especially that one that was black and red. With that being said, man, it's another week. Let's go. Let's get it.
That's right. That's right. Listen, next up, former wide receiver and recruiting classmate to our coach, Kirby Smart, Mr. Corey Allen. What's going on, CA?
Uh-oh. Yeah, the mic and crowd. Just like you said, when they messed up. You stay ready, you got to get ready. I'm just showing up. Do my best not to show out, but I got to do what they want. So I'm glad to be here with the Dogs. You know, a lot of really feel going down. You know, we back to back, and it couldn't be a brighter day. You know, we got what we got in front of us. Plenty of time to discuss it.
That's right. That's right. Listen, and y'all know we always are presented by the Tailgate Kings. And speaking of the Tailgate Kings, man, the last member of our crew, former tight end and co-host, Mr. Jevaris Johnson. What's going on? All right. Here you go, JP.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, listen, we are extremely happy to be here with all my brothers. Great crowd. The ladies of RTH have showed out before we could even get on camera. So let us just go ahead and give them another shout out and a round of applause. RTH is in the building today, dog. We got a big matchup this weekend. It's a pleasure for the Tailgate Kings to be able to present the show to you guys and be a sponsor for the show each week. Tailgate Kings is a immersive curating experience company, which means we create the events that leave impressions on your life. We create memories. We don't do events, we create memories. So if you have everything, if you have anything from a tailgate to a corporate function, conferences, media events, we can service your needs. With that being said, let's get this show started.
That's right, man. Hey, listen, that's right. We want to again thank Creature Comforts for having Respect the Hedges out here for a live show. We had some of the guys on our show Tuesday. Speaking of Mr. CEO Chris Herron sitting right there, he came on and represented right. So we're gonna get into this thing, man. So hey, I'm just letting y'all know right now, I'm already excited, man. The game ain't even kicked off yet, and I feel like we got to strap up. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. talk about a little college football before we start talking about Georgia, South Carolina, man. So last week, I'm pretty sure everybody noticed or watched that Alabama took that L to Texas. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Alabama took that L to Texas. That's right. That's right. So with that said, man, on social media, there's been a lot of hype about maybe this is Saban's time to bow out. What y'all guys think about that, Crew Cap?
You know, just like with all the other greats, when you're in the game for so long, you know, everybody wants to be the first to say when it's over. I heard this way 6, 7, 8 years ago. Alabama was dead. They weren't coming back. They lost some early season games before the pass, and they've always found a way to bounce back. Now, hopefully this can be the year, but I'm not ready to go there quite yet. This is still the greatest coach of all time. He's got 6 national championships, and until I see Alabama have a season where they lose 4 or 5 games, I don't mind.
Okay, I'm with you, man. He is the GOAT. He's earned equity in college football, not just in Tuscaloosa, but you know, the word on the street is dude ain't got it no more. They say maybe Kirby is the reason why Alabama was so good for all those years. What you say about that, CA?
Okay, I third up today, baby. Spicy. Those are hot, baby.
I don't know if it's a Kirby thing, but I tell you what, he definitely has played a role in that demise. You know, because he pulled so many recruits away from what Saban ordinarily did, I think he does have a major impact. You know, looking at that game against Texas, he got to look at what's going on internally because having the players has not been an issue. It's their performance, how they're coaching them up. Because what I saw last Saturday, you know, they got handed in the trenches, which was unexpected. You know, I know good to see Texas dominate on both sides of the ball to create some of the pressure on the quarterback when they knew he was coming in, not necessarily unprepared, but inexperienced to say the least. So I was surprised by the lack of coaching, to be honest with you. I was surprised by the lack of performance. And that sense of urgency just didn't seem to be there for me on the opposite side of the spectrum. So I won't say it's a Kirby thing. He needs to look at what's going on inside the house because these players don't believe or they're not getting coached.
That's right, man. And some of the former Alabama players was out on social media talking about the culture ain't the same. These guys got to get it together. With that said, man, Tyler Buckner is getting the start, Shawty. We talked about the trigger man, dog. And Vero been benched after 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, look, that's really what the problem is with the trigger man. I want you to pause and hit the brakes on the demise of Nick Saban. You got to understand this man, I think he had 1 and 2 top recruiting classes the last 2 years. And I'm sure he's been in the top 5 probably the past 5 years. So they have the players. What's happening is, CA point is, they're not being developed. That's the problem that happens. It's so many coaches changing over and all that. I think that's probably what's happening with that player development. But Nick Saban will bounce back once he gets that right trigger.
Okay, and he might have him in this next class with Julian saying come in, but hey, I know you're from the state of Alabama, JB. You probably taking a little joy in the turmoil down in Tuscaloosa. How you feeling, man?
I don't think I'm smart enough at this point to find a word that's better than joy. I'm exuberant. I'm elated. I don't even know if those words hit the mark for me, but you know, to the point that both Shawty Parker and CA made, I don't think the demise of Saban is around the corner. But what I do and what I have seen is a change in his attitude. You know, I have never really seen Saban be happy because they won a game. Normally, whenever they win a game, first thing out of his mouth are the things that they can do better and that they got to concentrate on for the next matchup or in practice for that following week. And what I got from him from their bowl game, even from their first win, was a more docile. If I can call him docile, a more docile Saban. Yeah. You know, he's not on pins and needles. He's not breathing fire. He been old. he been old, but he been that guy. I really feel like he's almost rounding, kind of silver lighting his career at this point, where he's not the same guy. And I think that has something to do with it more so than anything, because previously you had to come into Saban's house and adhere to all of Saban's rules, whether you were a coach from Montana or Nebraska or wherever. And if they're not getting coached up, that also tells me that something has changed in that culture, and that culture was Saban, is Saban.
Well, you're right. And like y'all said, man, maybe if we get this trigger man next year, Julian saying, maybe he's the answer. Rob, what if this number one in some people's recruiting poll, Julian saying, ain't the answer? How many more years you think Nick want to hang on and not be top dog?
Here's the thing. We have to be honest about this. Everyone up here is talking about development. Well, if that's the case, isn't that coaching? Is that not coaching? 100%. One of the strengths that Coach Saban has had over the years is the development of players. And I think it's a combination of things. He's getting older, the turnover in the staff, and you can just tell that edge is not there. It's not there. To me, that's coaching, because that reminds me of a program that I used to know. That reminds me of a program that I used to know. We don't know them no more. I don't know them no more.
That's right.
What changed?
Coaching.
No. Let me bring this back. I'm gonna bring it back. What changed? Kirby Smart.
Coaching.
Let me say that again. What changed? Kirby Smart. What left Alabama?
Kirby Smart.
Say it for the people in the back. One more time. What changed?
Kirby Smart.
So if you're gonna ask me, I'll be honest. Yeah, I think y'all put the putting around up here. I'm going to he lost step. He lost 2 steps, and it's gonna be the demise is gonna be precipitous. I'm going to dig into that bed. It's gonna be precipitous. It's gonna be quick. So just know I said this.
Hey, straight from the mouth of Erik, man, and it might be something to that, because back when they was ruling college football, their coaching staff was elite. I mean, you had Sarkisian, you had Kirby, you had Dan Lanning, you know what I'm saying? You had Bill Tucker at one point. We all know what's going on today. Hey, for another show, innocent till proven guilty, I guess. But needless to say, they had an elite staff, and now they're going to poach Tommy Rees from Notre Dame, who Notre Dame didn't even want, and they couldn't score points. On the defensive side, I really couldn't even tell you who the defensive coordinator is. He's been poached so much on the defensive side. When the last time we was able to say that about Alabama? And with Alabama going down, man, that's leaving the wild, wild west wide open. LSU went and got blasted by Florida State. Do we even know who's going to rule the West this week? I mean, this year, Erik?
Before we go on to that, let's just be clear. They should have lost 2 times to Texas, because they barely got out of there with a win last year. And it looked like Texas is as physical or more physical than them. When's the last time you said that about a Nick Saban team?
It's just week 2, man. Go ahead.
No. We're talking about a trend. I told you that fall off is going to be precipitous. I'm going to say it one more time. Last year, they should have lost to Texas. Now, Texas came into their building, came to Alabama, and knocked them off. And beat them up, in my opinion. Beat them up. So, to me, that's coaching. We haven't said that about an Alabama team since, like, Kirby was there. I mean, oh, my God.
Kirby was there.
Oh, God. So with the fall off so fast, how many years you give him back?
I think Saban's got to be able to pull his own card. But I think Saban's a guy that likes to be on top. And if he can't be on top, he don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I figured he ain't won the championship since 2020. If Kirby wins another one, and he don't make the playoffs, right by 2 more seasons. Hey, he still want to win it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about this season and another 2 at the same rate. 70.
He's like 76.
Yeah.
I mean,
So what you think, guys?
Yes.
But JP, he made a great point, and actually on the way up here to the show, I was listening on the radio, and it was the Nick Saban show he does each week, and they had cut out a snippet of the show, and you could tell he did have a lot more relaxed demeanor, and this is off of a loss to to Texas last week where he was laughing and kind of joking with some of the questions, from the fans. And so I do think some of that edge is gone. And I think that was a great point, but I'm just not ready to bury him yet. But I definitely think some of that edge is gone based upon, because I don't think in years past we'd have heard him laughing and chuckling, especially after a loss. So I agree with that. That's a good point, JB.
Good point, JB, man. And like we talked about, man, it's all about coaching. So I'm gonna put all of y'all on the spot today and say, outside of Kirby Smart, who's the one coach that you do not want to lose, regardless of what goes on from this Georgia staff? And I'm gonna start with you, JB.
So you asked a question and I'm absolutely not prepared to answer because I'm going to say none of them. I want to keep our whole staff together. What they need to do is open the endowment and break the bank on some of these guys because you see what we're doing together. So I don't want to break none of this merry band. But if I'm forced to answer a question, any coach.
This on-field coach.
On-field coach.
Yeah. Position coach.
I'm gonna say the special teams coach, whoever that is, that's who I sacrifice. I send them up the mountain and push them in the volcano. that's about it.
So to those that don't know, we actually don't have a special teams coach.
Okay. Well,
we actually have Kevin Butler coaching.
Push off that mountain already.
So we got Kevin Butler coaching the field goal kickers, and then everybody else chips in. That's about what it is. So good choice, JB. Good choice. All right, E-Rob, you up next, man. You got to pick a coach. We don't want to lose any of these coaches, man. But if it was one coach you say we got to have outside of Kirby Smart, who is it?
Dale McGee.
Good choice.
I'm gonna say Dale McGee because I think he's been here the longest with Kirby.
One of them.
He is one hell of a recruiter. He seems to be a loyal guy. I know for one thing, the recruiters love him. Our running backs have been developed. So there's that word again. When we start talking about coaching, development. Dale McGee has done that, and he's brought in great players. So they send him not only for running back, but for other positions because they know he can have a great relationship with these young guys, relate to them, and then find a way to get them on campus. So Dale McGee is my pick.
All right, we got Dale McGee, man. We got to hold on to Dale McGee. Great recruiter. He's been nominated as Recruiter of the Year several times. So, Shawty, I'm coming to you, dog. Outside of Kirby, who's the one coach we cannot afford to lose?
I'm an offensive guy, so I'm going with Mike Bobo.
Wow.
And the reason I'm saying is because we just got it. And the person that we have, we want to stay as consistent as we can. We want to go with and win the national championship. And he still running hard on the offense. So changing another offensive coordinator really be detrimental to our team. So I'm saying Mike Bobo.
Okay. Oh, good choice. Hey, good reasoning. Continuity is one of the keys to Kirby's success here. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been doing the same thing, improving on it every year. So good choice there, Shawty. All right, CA, you on deck, dog. I mean, outside of Kirby Smart, who's the one coach that we cannot afford to lose?
I'm gonna go back to Trey Scott.
Good deal.
Development is being clear in sight. Whether it's 3, 4, or 5. So you had a chance to put guys in a position to be successful. That's been a huge part of how that defense went. So I lean towards Trey Scott because he's on that defensive side. That's what we built a lot of foundation in our team. Making sure we take advantage of
That's right. I think Trey Scott, if not for any other coach, has done more with less, per se, to your point. Like with Jordan Davis as the 3-star, Devontae Wyatt was a 3-star. We're talking about first-round talent, fella. You know what I'm saying? Development. Back to that point that E-Rob made. All right, cool, Cal. You up on deck, my guy. Outside of Kirby Smart, who you got, man? What coach can we not afford to lose?
To be honest with you, listening to you guys, CA and E-Rob was spot on with his answers. You know, two guys that obviously played here. And but I'm gonna go with Dale McGee, because one of the things that I do hear about him as well after development is how he closes the kids out. Yep. How great of a recruiter he is. You got to remember at the beginning of all of this, it starts with recruiting. It starts with getting great kids in here. And that's how you become a great program, is by getting great kids in here. So I think that, you know, obviously if he was a guy that was not here anymore, we might not get some of those kids that we were getting at this point. So I'm going to go with him. So great answer with you guys. But I'll be honest with you, Sean, I don't know if Mike Bobo would even say that. If he would say he's that invaluable to the program at this point.
Hey, man, all good answers, man. All good answers. I'm going to go a little different, man. When Kirby first got the job in Athens, the first person that he elected to bring with him was Glenn Schumann. Glenn Schumann was the analyst at Alabama. He told me he's going to give him an on-field position. He coaches our linebackers, man, particularly our inside linebackers. He's a good defensive coordinator. He's an elite recruiter. Listen, if this class holds up, we'll have 2 straight classes where we have 3 linebackers inside the top 10 at their position. That's like, you know, I don't know if any school has ever done that. And he's developing them and getting, he's had 2 Buckets Award winners since he's been here. So what's crazy is I think if I had to put my money on it, though, he might be the one to leave because he did graduate from Alabama. So when Nick Saban hangs it up, Glenn Schumann, if you're watching, we'll pay you more money than you can make over there. All right? All right, man. So what's that?
I said good luck going against Kirby, too.
That's right. That's right. And maybe he's happy in Athens. It ain't always about the money. So there it is, man. Hey, all good choices. Like we say, we don't want to lose any of our coaching staff. And I think that's like, you know, a testament to our success. For the most part, we've been able to hold on to people. And when we haven't been able to hold on to people, we've had guys already in place. Like you mentioned, Mike Bobo, regardless of what people think, is running a lot of Todd Monken's offense. When Dan Lanning left, we still had Glenn Schumann, and we already had Will Muschamp waiting in the wings. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, Coach? I say this. This is the problem that we're going to have to fight against. It comes down to ego. Coaches have ego. And that's what we have to fight against. Because everybody wants to prove they can do what they do and be the best at the best. Where they don't have to play ahead. So anytime they get a big chance, somebody come around the bag and give them a chance to run their own program, those coaches are going to take the ego. They can't hit.
Yeah, hey, and they want to see if they can lead the program to the success that they already experienced, you know. And not for nothing, they already got a couple of rings, so they like been there, done that. Let me see if I can do it on my own.
Yeah, just to kind of chime in on that too. But part of one of the things is being a great coach is developing great coaches. Because if you're a great program, you're number one all the time, you're gonna lose coaches. That's the way that it goes. Nobody plucks from the tree and says, "Oh, let me get coaches from Tulane." You know, you go get coaches from the best program. So, Kirby, I think, has done a great job of that as far as developing coaches as well. Because, like we've seen guys in the past, they've come here, they've left and gone to other programs, and this thing is just continuing to get better. So, you know, kudos to Kirby in that area as well.
Yeah, let me say this real quick. You mentioned the succession, so we have that succession. Everything I'll say with Kirby is planned out. So none of these things are a surprise. We're going to lose coaches, but that succession plan is in place. That's coaching. That's part of being a CEO of an organization, and he's definitely that. So it's not just what he does on the field. It's not just recruiting. It's about how are we going to maintain that continuity within our staff. Are we going to bring in guys who are going to be next in line? So Will Muschamp moving the defensive coordinator, that's not a big stop. He's been around these guys for the last 2 years. He over-recruited a lot of these guys. You know what I'm saying? So to me, all of this falls into coaching. And this is the thing Nick Saban should be really good because he's been losing coaches for and I said after a while, at some point, there's going to come a point where it's going to start affecting the program. And I think we're there because he's just getting older. I mean, you know, that's it.
He's getting older. And shout out to Shelby saying Nick is about to be drawing Social Security. So shout out to the pettiest of them all. We love her. We love her. All right, man. So some with all due respect, some of our live audience this is the first time they're getting to see us, and we hope you check out the channel on the Fan Addict Sports Network. Every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. we go live talking Georgia football. And I want to take a minute to let y'all get to know these great group of guys, man. So we're gonna start, and I just want y'all to tell the folks a quick how you became a fan of UGA, and if you played, which most of y'all have, why'd you choose Georgia? E-Rob. Take it out.
All right, so I'm from Orlando, Florida originally. To be honest with you, I was going to Miami. That's where I was going. I knew I was going. My last visit was to this place, University of Georgia. I remember going on my recruiting trip, going to, of course, went to parties and had a great time. And I ended up gangster walking. I was gangster walking, but you couldn't tell me nothing. I felt like I was floating over on the guy. So I knew that I was coming back. I hadn't really thought about coming. I just made the visit because let me just go check it out. I'm gonna be honest with you, I like the jersey. The red jersey, I'm like, it's dope. So that's how I got here. Once I got here, I fell in love with the city. I fell in love with school. I had ups and downs while I was here, more ups and downs, but that's how I got here. I love it. I was actually here when Kirby came in. So to see him go from, a snotty nose freshman to leading us to back-to-back championships, I can't tell you how proud I am of him. Me and him used to run down on kickoffs together. His best not to go and get blocked or be in the contact. So no him to get that out there. But that's how I am. That's all I got.
That's right, man. And if you didn't catch that, that's right. We are some late 90s dogs. So our panel either played with Kirby or was a student here when Kirby was here. So of course it means a little bit more to us with the success that we're having. I am originally from South Carolina, still live there. Really, I just didn't want to go to South Carolina or Clemson because I'm like, I seen y'all for 12 years. I'm tired of looking at y'all. So I applied to Florida, Auburn, and Georgia. And I came down to Georgia for Minority Day, and it was a wrap. I was like, this is the place that I'm going. I'm glad I chose here. Met a lot of good friends and developed a lot of good relationships, man. Got to see a lot of these guys play, man, and on Saturdays, man. Super proud of these dudes, man. But that's how I ended up coming from South Carolina to the University of Georgia. Next up, man, we're going to talk about JB, man.
So, me being from Alabama, I actually grew up a huge Alabama fan. But being the type of player I was, playing a hybrid tight end receiver in high school, there's no way I was going to Alabama. Mind your business. This is my time. If y'all live my life, you can tell my story. So, like I was saying, I was a hybrid, and it was just no way I was going to a team that believed in three yards in a cloud of dust, because that just wasn't my deal. And I liked Georgia. I thought the colors were dope. I was a Bulldog in high school. One of the players from my high school, Larry Bowie, actually came to the University of Georgia. So I had a couple of trips up there that allowed me to see what it looked like. And so, with that being said, when I was being recruited, they had a coaching change that went from Ray Goff to Jim Dunning. And when Jim Dunning came in, he had a 2 tight end system that featured the tight end. So I was good with that. I actually preferred that over anything else that he had said. He said 2 tight end system, they feed the tight end. I was in. And so when I came to visit I actually came by myself. I wasn't in the group with any of my guys, my brothers here. But when I came up here, man, it just instantly felt like home. It felt like I walked back into the doors at my mama's house when I came down 316 and stepped to the dorm room. And so because of that, I chose the University of Georgia.
Oh, that's dope, man. That's dope. And he reminds us every show about how we are tight end you. So don't let that slide by.
Put some respect on that position.
All right, next up, man, we got Shawty, man. Shawty, tell the people how you became a Georgia wide receiver, man.
Yeah, man, I'm from the ATL, Shawty. I just always knew I was from the UGA being from Atlanta. I knew I had to get out of the city. I didn't really consider going anywhere in the city. I took a couple of trips. I think I went to Kentucky. Just to say I got on the plane. I took a trip to DC, Boston College. I had never really been up to the north before. And I tell you what, different type of cold. They literally had to buy me another jacket. I knew I wasn't going to Boston College. I had the coach from Purdue and Notre Dame set up. They was at the airport waiting on me to come. No, sir. So with that being said, man, I just always knew I was going to be a dog. Plus, Marshall was recruiting me very heavily, and Jim Diamond was the Marshall coach. So when he finally got to Georgia, he just kind of sealed the deal for me. So it was just a no-brainer, man.
Okay, yeah, it's a different kind of cold up there. You know, it starts snowing around October up there. We're not used to that down here. Down here, we too cold if it's a freeze warning, much less in the snow. So, hey man, so Cool Cow, man, you a dog fan. You listen, you went to school with some dogs. One of our guys over there, Mr. Erik Robinson, man, and Patrick Pass, man. Is that what led you to be a dog fan, or was you already a dog fan?
I'll say that's solidified. That's solidified. The one thing I want to say real quick, and I just gotta say this, I've known these guys for a long time. And that story that JD told, it sounded totally different when I first met him. I didn't even think about the hybrid. I know you. It was much more humble.
Like, I didn't know you like that.
I just want to say that's cool though. But no, that really solidified it. Those are guys that I grew up with, went to high school with, played back in the 90s. So definitely always supported them. And was fortunate enough to come to some games over the years. And so yeah, that was really how I became a dog. And I lived that disappointment, when you guys were, we thought we was gonna have that great season. And then,
it's so short.
But yeah, man, I've been a dog fan, like I said, solidly for at least 30 plus years. I love it, and it's a great time right now to be.
That's right, man. Listen, and I always want to right now give you y'all flowers, man, for strapping it up, getting on that gridiron, laying the foundation for what's going on right now, because I'm pretty sure some of y'all knocked Curry around in practice a couple of times, and then now he's leading us to the promised land. So appreciate what y'all did for us, laying the foundation when we was back in the 90s.
Shout out Martha Simpson.
Indeed. And then we're talking about foundation, right? All of us are up here because of one of the gentlemen that's in the crowd, in the audience with us this afternoon. All right. I just want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Kenneth Brew. All right, one of the first 5 minority players to touch the football field at Stanford Stadium. Huge shout out to you, my guy, my brother, because we appreciate what you did and what you went through so that we can do what we did.
Appreciate you guys.
That's right. Big ups. That's right, man. Hey, now that we done told why we here and how we got here, things have changed since we was all dogs. You know what I'm saying? Now it's about to be a new look SEC.
The money. Yeah.
So the new look SEC in the 2024 will add Texas and Oklahoma, and we making a trip out to Norman, Oklahoma. So how y'all feeling about this new look SEC, JB?
I love it.
Hey, Jimmy, I know. Coach thought you were gonna skip.
Oh!
Go ahead, boot it up.
That was the show. My apologies to Mr. Corey Allen. Hey, Mr. Corey Allen, listen. I apologize in front of the folks because I like to come to you first and you get on me about coming to you first. You're right. You are right. Mr. Corey Allen was the closest one to Kirby Smart in the same recruiting class with Kirby Smart. But before that, how did you choose Georgia so that you could be in that recruiting class?
Man, I was a bandwagon guy. It's 1980, man. You know, I'm a big fan of Larry. I'm a big fan of what 34 did between the head. You know, I watched a lot of the guys I had a chance to meet later in life. So I'm a kid just loving red and black. Was fortunate enough. I'm a fan of them beyond anything. I was just fortunate enough. So really, it was a great experience. I had a chance to see some of the guys that were sitting out in the audience now. They were the main reason why I chose this. When I made the decision, I was a part of bringing in some of the guys behind me to make sure that the continuity was there, to make sure they understood the tempo put on me when I had a chance to play between the heads. But, you know, I really had a chance to experience so much here that, you know, I was a fan before. I'm a fan now. But my experience here, getting a chance to meet such great people, playing in such great environment, understanding you're going against the best competition and the best coaches on the biggest platform, the pageantry that comes along with that. You know, having an opportunity to come to a place like Creature Comforts. You know, this is a great example of what the fan base and the athletes, the student body, the student athlete doesn't. We don't get this experience. I think this is a great example of the family. I've got family that I get a chance to come back and see when I sit with you guys and I get a chance to experience this community because I've seen behind the lows as well. I'm well documented, you know, on a bunch of different occasions. Like you said, more good than bad. Thank goodness. You know, so, you know, I love the university. I love the experiences that I've had again. I was a fan coming in. I definitely don't want to get skipped and have to be in front of all.
Let's go.
Now we got to pull. Go ahead.
And real talk, we practice instead behind the scenes. So trust me, we all have this shit up.
That's right. So, hey, to let me make up for it, for those that don't recognize the name Corey Allen, the first overtime game in the SEC is due to him catching a touchdown from our now coordinator, Mike Bobo. Shout out to Corey Allen for the 50-50 ball catch right on the goal line to send us into the first overtime in SEC. Corey Allen. Oh, yeah. And the game winner against Georgia Tech. Hey, we can't forget that one. The game winner against Georgia Tech is the one. It's the walk-off. It was a walk-off TD.
A lot of great guys. A lot of guys see the table. Erik Robinson made me not have a chance to, you know, compete on a daily basis with guys like him and Glenn Ford. That's who I got alongside guys like that. You know, we had a lot of guys in that locker room, and I was just fortunate to get those opportunities. I'm glad we were able to show up and show out when our numbers fall. So, you know, I definitely enjoyed my time, but you will definitely respect these heads.
That's right. Respect these hedges. That's what we're going to do Saturday. Make South Carolina respect these hedges because, you know, the last time they tried to come up in here, take some of our hedges. We're not going to have that this Saturday, man. So now that we got our introductions cleared, we're back to the crazy SEC. Like Shawty said, it's all because of the money, man. Everybody's moving everywhere. Texas and Oklahoma are coming into the SEC. We take a trip to Norman, Oklahoma next year. How are we feeling about that?
Actually, I think we go to Austin next year. We play Texas. I don't think we have.
Are we going to Texas?
Yeah, we go to Texas. We go to Austin. But with that being said, listen, show me the biggest domino in the country and line them up in front of my dogs. And that's how I feel about who comes into the SEC. Competition doesn't do anything besides make these irons even sharper, right? My dogs compete against the best athletes on a day in and day out basis. I ain't got the confidence that other squads across the country gonna be able to line up 22 across from my 22, and it's gonna be better than the 22 they face every day over at our practice facility. So I don't care who comes into the SEC. They could have almost brought, that was gonna be blasphemous. I wasn't gonna say that.
Don't do it.
I wasn't gonna say that. So I hold that one back. But they could have brought 22 of him into Sanford Stadium, and I would have bet on my dogs. So that's how I feel about it. I like the fact that they're coming in, though. It gives us a different demographic that we can now have a natural inclination to be able to recruit to. We can actually have and be seen in those markets even more than we are right now. And so with that being the case, I think we picked the best two schools out of all the schools that have moved in the last couple of years to be able to come in to provide that geographic, footprint that we want so bad, so that we can continue to be number one, number two, number three in recruiting each and every year.
That's right, man. And thanks for the correction. Listen, if we handle business, we might get to travel to Texas twice in 2024 with that national championship being played in Houston. Cool Cal, how you feeling about the new look SEC in 2024?
And it's just business as usual. This is all about business. More money out there, more money for the coaches, more money for the programs, and more money for the kids at this point now. But looking at it from a football standpoint, like JD said, we're getting two of the best programs in the country right now. With Oklahoma and Texas, we're getting two of the biggest brands. So it definitely strengthens the conference. But at the end of the day, I don't think those things matter. What matters is let's continue to do what we've been doing. And, it doesn't matter who comes into the conference. Like JD said, let's just line them up and let's go. But I do think, like, overall, it's a conference strengthener, because all the conferences at some point they're going to get to be super conferences. And in 10 years, what we have today is going to be different. So it's going to continue to change, and we just gotta go with the flow.
I'm with that, man. It does strengthen the conference. If nothing else, name brand alone. Texas and Oklahoma are two huge brands in college football, and adding to the SEC is only going to strengthen us. E-Rob, new look SEC. What's your opinion?
It's a great look for the SEC. If you look at all the movement, a lot of kind of also ran teams are moving around conferences and all that. Nobody really cares. So the fact that we got these two big brands that come to our conference, it matters. I mean, we didn't go get two Vanderbilt. We got two big name teams from big conferences, big fan bases.
Hey,
which matter.
Yeah.
So hey man, I'm just saying. While I just look around, I see Colorado State and some of these teams, Georgia State moving around conferences. I mean, like, who really cares? You know what I'm saying? But when Oklahoma moves, Texas moves, it matters. So bringing them to the premier conference in the country, it matters. It makes sense. Like Dan said about that money, they definitely gonna bring dollars. So it's win-win for us.
Hey, that's right, man. And I think you got a point, E-Rob. I know people don't really like to say it, but I mean, Big 12 adding teams, but the two top dogs leaving. So, I mean, what does it really mean that you add in Central Florida? Hey, I know they got the fake natty. What's up?
I just want to say, what divisions are they both going to be in the West?
There's not going to be any divisions in any Power 5 conference next year. Yeah, that's right. It's just going to be top two teams with the best record going to play in the SEC championship. So we're still on 8 games. I know a lot of people outside the South don't like that, but Greg Sankey said 65-7 last time they asked him about 9 games. So, how you feeling about it, Cool Cal?
Conference realignment?
Yeah.
Yesterday, I felt about it earlier.
I've been to him talk. Listen, we live and in color. My bad.
Cut the beers out. Cut the beers out.
Bro, I got JB in my ear about not eating on camera. I'm like, E-Rob about to pass out. Listen, it's our first live. They wasn't. Hey, we're gonna get it together though, man. So listen, this is the show. Listen, we come in. It's like locker room talk, man. We talk football. We have a good time. Hey, like we said, hey, CEO Creature Comforts, man, he got to experience a little bit on Tuesday. We just like to come in, have fun, and kick some knowledge to y'all, man. So I know what y'all came to hear. Y'all came to hear talk about them South Carolina Gamecocks. That's what we about to talk about.
Hold on, coach. I'm like, Corey, you know, they let you kill me.
Let's go. Hey, I didn't call on you so you could say, well, you know, pretty much like the other fellas have said. You know what I'm saying? So how you feel about conference realignment, Shawty?
Nah, I keep it short and sweet, but let us talk. I'm gonna tell you what, this is how I really feel. I talk to these guys on podcasts all across the nation, Texas fans, Oklahoma fans, and they always talk about the SEC not being the best conference. Guess what? It's about to find out. We can really show you what being an elite program is. That's the difference when you play us. When you play us, you're gonna find out exactly where you are. We like the barometer. You're gonna find out exactly how good you are, and we're gonna show you the difference between what an elite program is and a good program is, and you know, an okay program like South Carolina.
Hey,
Say it with the chest, Sean. I was just gonna say, we call that saying it with your chest.
I want to give a quick shout out to my buddy and fan. In the audience, we might have to put a headset on.
Got to do it.
Yeah, Noonan's all in South Carolina game. Corey Bridges. We don't get you out
There
here.
you
No, I'm gonna have to,
you go.
I need to hear your quick goddamn ammunition.
That's right. Shout out to Corey Bridges, great Gamecock, man. Shout out, man, hey, for showing up. We may have to get him up here later on to get his opinions on this weekend, man. So, E-Rob, you know what?
I get your number.
How about this? Hey. Hey, come on. Come on up. Yeah. Let Corey get right here. Hey, we got a special guest coming on. I told you this is how we do on Respect the Hedges. Sometimes it's Georgia fans. And today it is the South Carolina Gamecock great Corey Bridges, man. We're going to sit Corey Bridges down and get his take on the game this week. There we go. All right. You in the camera. You in the camera, Steve. You in the camera.
Make sure we put the blur on that South Carolina show.
There you go. How you feeling today, Corey?
Get the blur out. Production team.
How you feeling today, my man?
Man, I feel really good. Feel really good to be here with a bunch of great guys. You know, sometimes the competitive nature come out. So, you know, y'all know what it is.
That's right. Hey, shout out to my my co-host from the Fan Addict, man, Stat Guy back in the studio, man. He is a avid Gamecock fan, so he is probably flipping his lid right now that I got Corey Bridges up here on the table, man. So how you feeling about this weekend, man?
You want my honest opinion?
Actually, before we start there, tell me how you feeling about Shane Beamer and the direction of the program in South Carolina.
I'll tell you what. I think he's doing a fantastic job. I think he's the culture that he's brought there. He has, you know, the guys that have really bought into what he's saying. I think the guys are believing in things that he's doing and the surrounding coaches that he's bringing in. So and he's recruiting that.
That's true.
And I think that's scaring a lot of people. But I'm just stretching. I'm outnumbered up here. But yeah, he's recruited his ass off. Okay. So yeah, he recruited his ass off.
Yeah.
You know, he got some guys in, you know, yeah, we still do have some missing pieces. We have some, we're starting to build a little bit of depth
Anytime that Katlyne and Georgia play, it's, y'all know that y'all can beat us. Y'all can beat us sometimes, but I know in the back of your mind, if we don't bring our A game, we can slip up. So I can honestly say we're probably the only team on y'all schedule this year that can give y'all the best game that y'all can have this year. So, and it is.
Right. Shout out to the Gamecock Nation. They say that hit his limit. Chris, no more with this guy.
You see what happened? They get a little nervous. It's about an every 3 to 4 year span. Something happens.
Yeah,
So I don't know if something gonna happen Saturday, but
Oh man.
I don't want to make everybody, all your Bulldog fan nervous. All right. So I want y'all to sleep well tonight, but I ain't gonna guarantee, but I can tell you this. Hey, I got people. But I see everybody, people looking at me like this. A lot of people don't hit pause. But overall, man, I think the series is a really good series. I mean, yeah, y'all have pretty much dominated over the years and COVID change and coaching change, but obviously when Spurrier was there, it was like,
big facts.
It is,
we have our own special hate for Mr. Spurrier.
Exactly. So, with Beamer there, man, I think he's doing a fantastic job. He got these guys gonna come in tomorrow ready to play, and we on national TV, and I think that this would be pretty much our biggest test of the season.
I like to hear that.
I can put it down. I mean, I'm not saying that we're gonna come in and win, but I'm saying that we're gonna come in and compete, and we're gonna compete a whole lot better than a lot of other people that can do.
I like that. We appreciate that, Corey. Appreciate that. Listen, if this is our hardest test this Saturday, I like the sound of that, because that means we're gonna run through everybody else after we run through the Gamecocks. I'm just saying. So appreciate you, my man. Hey, appreciate you, my man. But I'm gonna ask this for Shawty. Shawty wants to know, is Shane Beamer the guy to get you to the next level?
Hey, before you answer that, Corey, because I wish I could have answered that, Coach, because he said a whole bunch of good things about Shane Beamer just now 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes ago. I mean, he just set it up real nice. I really want to drill this on. Come on. But that's a question I wanted to ask you, because you was talking so nice about Shane Beamer. But at the end of the day, I think he has you guys in the right way going trajectory is going up. But what I want to know is he really the guy? Is he really the guy? Do you believe in Shane Beamer? He's the guy that's going to take y'all to the next level to compete with the Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia, Alabama? I absolutely think he is. Without a doubt, I do think he is. I'll say the passion. I think you know how it is. The player has to believe in the coach to get the best. So what he's doing is he's giving these kids confidence, and to build confidence, you have you as a coach, you want the kid to believe in what you say and what you preach. And I think the environment, the culture there has changed. I think it's changed for the better. I think we are starting to get more. We were a 2 and 3 star and 1, 2, 4 stars. Now we're more 3 and 4, and now we got 2 and 3, 5 stars that starting to be in our recruiting class. So, I think. Recruiting is pretty much everything. So if we're starting to get those type of guys, they starting to believe in what South Carolina brings to the table. And I think we are going to be
a team to be, on the national stage in the next 2 years.
So let me ask you this real quick. Come on. We talk about Texas, Oklahoma. Come on. When they come to the conference next year, are they already ahead of South Carolina?
We won't know until we play. I think. So, if you go by tradition and history and stuff like that, Oklahoma is, traditionally better than South Carolina. All right, let's just say, right? But at the same time, that's in the past. And
I don't know if we answered the question, y'all.
I got my opinion on that question.
He right.
Like that time we played Ohio State and Michigan, we whooped them. Y'all know what it is.
I'll be honest with you. Outside of name recognition, until Texas and Oklahoma do something in the college football playoff era,
come on.
When they come in next year, maybe they got a better trigger man on their staff. But I don't think they're any more positioned as far as, like you said, recruiting than South Carolina is. Like, what we talked about on one of those podcasts you was mentioning. I think people see the name Oklahoma, see the name Texas, and yeah, they're a bigger brand, and they are a bigger brand in South Carolina. But we talk about in between the white lines. I don't know, because last season Oklahoma was 5-7, 6-6. South Carolina was 8-4. So I mean, they beat Tennessee, they beat Clemson. So I think they're about on the same playing field, especially with the recruiting going the way that it's going.
Even so, you can even go back and look at when Missouri and Texas A&M joined. Missouri is shit. Missouri, went to the SEC championship. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wow, whoa. I mean, everybody, I thought Missouri, Missouri got Georgia Tech. That capital team, but they ran through everybody in the SEC East.
So you're saying you all have a shot?
Always got a shot.
Any year you guys have a shot.
We always have a shot.
That's all you know.
I can tell you this. You ain't listen. Yeah. I can guarantee you this. We're gonna bring everything. If that's enough,
all that sounds good.
If that's enough, great. But we're gonna bring what we got. Hey, so that's all I'm saying. That's keeping the chicken away.
Hey man, and that's the kind of passion that a lot of the former players, including Corey, have shown in support of Shane Beamer since he's arrived in Columbia. And like you said, they got some things going on. We got our own Heena Patel showing Corey all these rings we getting around here. Listen, so we are definitely want to thank you. Oh, let me show them. Let me show them on camera. All right, so we got more. We got more. And we got more. Hey, listen. Shout out to Heena Patel. Her son is a trainer on the UGA football team, and he has graciously provided us with all this bling that Kirby is bringing to Athens. Hey,
that's a quick tonight or something, man.
Yeah. So we're gonna just leave that right there so you can have your eyes on that. We want to thank Corey for coming up, being a good sport, man, and showing some love to Respect the Hedges, man. So we're gonna keep on chugging along, man. So we're gonna talk about. I just want to give a shout out to the people in the crowd today for showing up and supporting Respect the Hedges. We got, like I said, we got the CEO of Creature Comforts, Chris Herron, right there. We got my boy Ben Shaw, another UGA alum, former class advocate at UGA. We got Shelby, y'all already met her. We got the former Dogs over there. We got Marseille. We got one of the first five over there. Listen, we got our guy. You got to come up. I know you're I just want you to be on camera and then you can walk off. Come on, do it for me now. Listen, when we first started this in 2021, man, we called him Stat Dog C. This is my guy right here, man. This is Erik Robinson, man. Hey, say what's up to the people.
What's up, people?
Hey, former defensive back at the University of Georgia, man. Shout out to Corey, man. Hey, shout out to my guy Andrew, Penn State alum, man. Listen, down here in the South, amongst all the Southeastern people, hey, he writes for the Sideline Sports Network, Penn State on Twitter. He comes on the Fanatic a lot, man. Shout out to Andrew for coming up from Atlanta and showing us the sports. Listen, shout out to the South Carolina fans in the shade that they had like Dion. Hey, that's right, man. Shout out to all of y'all for showing up on Friday for Respect the Hedges.
South Carolina fan, we man, y'all were raised that way. Y'all don't know.
That's right.
Shout out to the band.
Hey, shout out to the alumni Red Coat Band. Hey,
Y'all thought it was a game.
hey, soon as we are finished here, they're gonna be up and they're gonna provide y'all with some sounds, man. The Red Coat Alumni Band. That's right. Right. Hey, we appreciate it.
So I got a quick question.
Go ahead.
Actually, I got to respond.
All right.
The fact you're consistent with that question on is that coach the guy you asked about being in this example. And I do have a response. I think that there are two levels. So when he says we can get to the next level, that's not the level you're talking about. Because that's what we expect. Yeah, we can get close, but getting over the hump is completely different. But you got to get close first. And if you ain't close, you got to find a way to be competitive. That's right. You need a new I just think there's more than one level, and we consistently had a discussion. But I think there's an in between. I'm not going to put like a label on it. But there's an in between that you got to find that world of success, and then getting over the hump might take a different guy.
And you know why I asked that? You know why I asked that question? This is definitely an outlier. It's definitely the opposite end of the spectrum. I have that attitude because of what Dion was doing at Colorado. But once we 11 teams last year, they got game day this tomorrow, right? Yeah. Look at that change though.
First Take Live gonna be there too. Big kick all three of them.
And I know it's only one Dion, but I'm just talking about the mindset. And that's why I always ask that question, because I want to know where your mindset is. I need to have the mindset of, I don't care what conference I'm in, I don't care who I'm playing against, I can do it too. That's all.
That's right.
And I understand the level.
You can have all you want, but players don't believe you. You don't have a track record. If the money ain't there, it ain't gonna happen. I think it takes. He's knocking out a bunch of dominoes just by being here. That's the outline. You're right about that. Any other coach is going to have to try to find a way to build that organically. That's a tough act, especially in a 3-year turnaround. Because right now, fans want what they want, and they want it now because they've seen it.
And think about this, CA. Just think about that company. What Dion is doing, and you got a guy like Matt Rule, who he just played in the same company, his first year. A lot of people would consider Matt Rule a much better head coach. But it ain't about that. Obviously, it's about the Jimmys and Joes and getting the players. And once again, once you get that right guy, we're saying the same thing. Once you get the right guy, what I'm saying is everything else follows.
I think it's hard to find the right guy.
Right. No doubt.
I think that's almost impossible. I think you'll have more failure than success.
That's right. There's been a lot of teams around the country trying to find the right guy. And to your point, Shawty, Dion is putting pressure on other schools. They paying these guys $9 million, $10 million a year, and they're not getting any results. I mean, Jimbo Fisher. But we're just saying, listen, Kirby is putting pressure on other coaches, other schools. Kirby came in first year 8-5, and since then we haven't lost more than 2 games in any year. Second season, he went to the championship and almost beat Alabama. Dan Lanning at Oregon, putting pressure on coaches. You know what I'm saying?
It happens all around the SEC. That's what I'm saying. You have LSU, coach come in 1 or 2 years, win the national championship. Always, coach come in 1 or 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about resources and all this type of stuff, I'm saying there's enough resources around for everybody. It's just about finding that right guy. And like you say, most often you're going to get the wrong guy. I totally agree with that. But that's why you got to get rid of him.
Listen. The reason why some people might be hesitant is because what my guy Ben Shaw said. When they thought they could do better than Phil Fulmer in Knoxville, they went through 20 years of mediocrity, and now they got Josh Heupel, who seemed to be the guy last year. But even when you got the guy, so to say, you still got to have that trigger man that you always reference, because this year, as we've been saying, Joe Milton is not Hendon Hooker, and who knows if he is the guy, if he can't do it without Hendon Hooker. Go ahead, Phil.
Absolutely. But you know what? Even when you become the guy, it's hard to say the guy, because look at what Dabo's going through right now in Clemson. The guy still won 2 national championships. He had the 10-2 season, and then he loses the early season game, and people are like, oh, you got to get Dabo up out of there. I've even heard rumors, about Deion going to Clemson. I've heard different things about that, so it's like, what have you done for me lately? And that's how it's going. Just like we're talking about the demise of Nick Saban. He's like, man, Nick Saban hadn't won since 2020. That's 23 years ago. Like, that's not a long time ago, to not win national championships. So, college football, sports in general, it's all about being number one and that end result. And I guess if you're not there, if you're number 5, you got to continue to look for a new guy, because you ain't that.
That's right. So break it down for the people, man, about not winning right now or like you used to.
I say it all the time on the show, man. People get tired of eating that same old sandwich. So I don't care, how good you are. If you go to winning 9 and 10 games, that's great for a lot of teams. That's awesome. Mark Richt did that for a lot of years. Guess what? As Georgia fans, Mark Richt is a great guy. He's a great developer of young men. But guess what? We got tired of eating that 9 and 10 win sandwich. And that's why we had to go get Kirby. We wanted some spicy mustard on that thing. We wanted some tomatoes on that thing. Some kind of, spice. We got tired of it. So with anybody, it's the same thing with Alabama. Alabama is a great program. If they lose 1 or 2 games, it's like season over with them, because they used to eating national championship. And that's what we have to do. If we ever go back to winning 9 or 10 games again, guess what? We're going to have a problem.
Hey, call it like it is.
Our taste buds don't change.
You're 100% correct about that, Sean. But I'm going to tell you, the appetite has always been there in Alabama before they even got there. The expectation was national championship or nothing, right? Growing up in the 90s as a true blue fight you Alabama fan, I didn't care about nothing else besides beat Auburn and winning a natty. So that's where the expectations come in. And that's where we were different through that period in time, but that's where we are now. I think if a team, we've always wanted to be in the conversation. Not in the conversation for the ACC championship game, but we want to be in the conversation for a natty. That's where we are. That's what the expectation is now. Because we're there, even if we go through a couple of hardcore seasons, people talk trash about that, because everybody's doomsday these days, right? Everybody is a doomsday fan. You got guys, and you got X or Twitter or whatever it's called. You got, IG. Everybody's got an opinion, and they put it out there these days. So you're going to hear from those fans, because they are normally always the loudest. But that point, well, he ain't in no jeopardy of really getting pushed out because he's, had a bad year of quarterback. But teams that have 2 years, you got 2 natties, been to another, lost it. So just like with Kirby, he has a lot of grace. Saban has a lot of grace. But there's some coaches that has 0 grace because they ain't done nothing since they've been in the place. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Dabo, I think Dabo, to be honest with you, I can see him leaving a lot sooner than later. The thing with Dabo is he has a problem fundamentally with the way college football is. He refuses to use the transfer portal. You know what I mean? And he's not a big advocate of NIL. So he's one of those coaches who refuse to change. And if you don't change, if you don't adapt, you got to get the time to do well or get off the pot. So I can see him being gone soon. It may not be to the level of him being a good coach anymore. It's just fundamentally, the game has moved on and passed him by.
You know what? Good point. But I put a stack against nothing that Dabo is going to adjust all of those things for the sake of his program. Because if you can flip a program and bring in 80 players, he can bring in 2 or 3 players to make his entire program better at this point.
Wait a minute. I do not want to see him talk about Dabo Creek.
Hey, hold on, let us finish our point here.
I do not want to hear about that. I am going to death here about what they got going on over there. I'm okay with it.
You're allowed.
Enough about Dabo and what they got going on over there. So let me just jump in. Interject. I'm gonna take the show in a different direction. So we have a guy in the audience right here who I don't know if he's a leader, but the organizer of the African American Veterans Club. I think I said that right. I think it's something that's very much needed to make sure that we get everybody to come back and be a part of this thing in Athens. So I want to bring Chuck up here to talk about that. And a little bit more information about David that initiative. Yeah, I'm gonna Dabo talk about me crazy.
Call me crazy.
They want to be in. Welcome, Chuck.
What's up? What's up? What's up? My name is Chuck Kennebrew, and me and 4 other guys. Hey, Frank. Me and 4 other guys were the first African Americans to sign a scholarship, full scholarship with the University of Georgia, and
Y'all give it up for that.
that's not something that I talk about a whole lot. The only time I talk about it is when somebody asks me a question, and when I see this many lettermen up here talking about Georgia and the positive things about the program, it makes me feel good because I know that I had something to do with it being like that. You know, and I'll be very frank and honest with you. If you think about the role that the Black athletes have played with the success of Georgia, I don't think Georgia would be where it is right now without that base. And I'm speaking from a standpoint of honesty more than anything else. Yep, it does take 22 to win, but when you look at what's on the field right now, you see that we are well represented. We have a club called the Georgia Football Letterman's Club. And I am leading an effort right now to get all of the Black lettermen to come back and participate in that club. We're not trying to set up a separate club. We're not trying to do our own thing. Well, what I'm trying to do is to get brothers to come back to the club that we own. It's our club. It ain't theirs. It's our club. The only requirement for participating as a member of this club is to have letters. And so when you think about it, man, there's 3 things that we want to do, and it's real simple. Number 1, we want complete and total transparency as to how the club is operated, because there is none today. We want to make sure that when you look at the club, you see brothers leading very similar to what you see on the field. And the other thing we have to do is we have to change the environment of that club so that club really is focused on inclusion. Now, what we did was we created UGA Black Football Letterman's Group as a part of the club because we felt that it's important for us to get the brothers together so that we can start thinking about what we need to do to increase the amount of participation that we have. And so what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to communicate with every single Black football letterman that there is to get them to come back. And people talk about having a seat getting a seat at the table. Hell, we got a seat at the table. It's just time for us to start, stepping up to the plate, speaking out, and doing things that we think is consistent with what that club should look like. You know what I mean? And the other thing is that I'm proud, man, to be a part of the cast that's sitting here beside me right now. Because y'all are part of the legacy just like I am. And all I'm trying to do is make sure we got a club so that when guys leave, they got something to come back to. They got nothing to come back to right now. But it's our responsibility to make a change. And I think that we're on the way to doing that.
That's what I want to know if I join the club, can I get one of those? He's one of those guys.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. I'm 70 years old. I'm retired, and I work. Yeah, I work my tail off to get everything that I got. And you could have one just like it. You know, all you gotta do is just go and get it.
Yeah, I get one on like it in the club.
No, but to be honest, man, you know, I want to be a role model to these guys. I'm mentoring 3 football players right now, and the mentorship that I'm giving to them is not focused on football. The mentorship that I'm giving to them is life after football. You know, you got to make sure you got a game plan. Now, think about the things that we're doing. You know, when you was a sophomore or junior, did you have a game plan for what you was going to do after football? Most of us didn't. And so I'm trying to make sure we change that. The legacy that we're trying to change is generational in of itself. And so if we don't make a change, then it's going to continue like it has over the last 13, 14 years. The leadership of the club needs to change, but because they aren't forward thinking. Yeah. So when you think about some of the things that we're trying to improve upon, it's all centered around making the club better and bringing the club into the current state. All right. Y'all asked me to talk about it.
Hey, listen, we appreciate you.
Now, look, man, the last thing that I had planned on doing was coming up here talking about Georgia Football Elements Club, man. I'm on the board of directors of the Alumni Association. And those are the kind of things that we need to do to make sure that we have our eyes open and we have access to the things that a lot of other people have access to. And that's what I'm all about.
Any information you want to give out to the players that want to join and get in contact with you?
Absolutely. Trying to think of what's the most. I tell you what, we got a website right now. All you gotta do is go to. Let me make sure I get this right.
If you don't have it right now, we can get it.
I tell you, we got a website. We got a IG page. We're on LinkedIn. And I send out. I got a mailing list. I want to make sure all y'all on the mailing list. All right. Go ahead.
We'll put all those links in the video description, so that anybody who's looking for a home who's a UGA letterman, you'll be able to find all the places that we live.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we're having a happy hour, right? This coming Thursday at Hudson Grill for the UGA Black Football Letterman's group, and it's all about us getting together from an engagement standpoint, so we know each other. Number 2, we want to make sure, man, that there's collaboration. So when we talk, we need to set up a formal network ourselves. And then the third thing, man, is we got to be empowered to bring about change and not be afraid. They can't do nothing to me right now. You know what I mean? I'm retiring. I'm paying myself. Ain't nobody else paying me but me. That's what retirement's all about. So, you know, I can afford to be a disruptor. You know, and that's what it's all about. And I'm not afraid. You know, my mantra is I'm a dog for life. You know, can't nobody take that away. But I appreciate you guys bringing me up, man. That's the last thing I planned on doing was coming up here talking. But I always got something to say because I try to be extremely positive. You know, I walk with an air of confidence, but with a tone of humility. And that's what it's all about. And I appreciate y'all giving me a 5-minute platform to talk about.
We got a comment from the crowd.
They did do a documentary on the 5, and when I send you the information, I'll send you the link to the documentary. You know, we talked to Dr. Michelle Cook, who is the new Vice President for Student Affairs, and she feels very strongly that people need to know what it was like for us when we came through. Because it wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing like what you guys did. I can assure you of that. So. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, y'all got to remember, I hadn't been on the radio in quite some time. I know how to talk, but sometimes I don't talk into the mic. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys giving me an opportunity to come up here and be with you. This is all about greatness from my standpoint.
And that's exactly why we had you up here, Chuck. Because the first time I met you, that's how I felt about you.
Yeah.
And I appreciated everything that you poured into not only myself, but the others with the Letterman Association, the Letterman Group, all the things that you and all the rest of the 5 Hearts, and the rest of those gentlemen went through, the things you communicated with us, with the leadership you also given us now is extremely important. We appreciate having you on the Hedges today.
Absolutely.
All right,
and I got one thing to say before I leave. The ring that I got on my finger is Chuck Kennebrews championship ring. It's a graduation ring, all right? Yeah. And people ask me all the time, you know, what championship did you win? The championship I won was getting my tail out of school and finding me a job. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Chuck. I hope I see road in. You got it.
Everybody gonna start serving that rapid fried chicken.
All right, man.
Oh, hey, coach.
All right, so normally on the show, on Tuesdays, we talk about Kirby Smart's press conference, but we didn't get a chance to do that on Tuesday because we had the guys from Creature Comforts on.
Yeah.
There was only one thing that stood out for me in the press conference that Kirby had earlier this week. Apparently, one of the players from South Carolina listed the toughest stadium to play in. Tonka Hemingway. I ain't gonna say his name. But anyway, he didn't list the Stanford Stadium as one of the toughest stadiums to play in. So I think Kirby might have mentioned that to the team during this week. He mentioned that. I know he mentioned it to the fans. So what I'm looking for is, you're here in Creature Comfort. I want you to get your inner Creature Comfort on Saturday. Meet me in the stadium at 3:30, and let's raise some damn hell.
That's right, dog fans. Hey,
between these heads, you better respect these damn heads.
hey, come into the stadium, be loud and proud, and make them know this is what the hardest atmosphere to play in, man. Shout out to Creature Comforts, man. We are here. They are a craft beer company. This right here, my man went away from me. It's got cranberry and something else in it. Chris, what exactly is all in this? So this right here, for those that don't know, this right here is the Classic City Lager. And we got some nice Georgia Athletic Creature craft beer. Randy said that this has some cranberry. This is Rowdy Red. So we're gonna be tasting some of this beer and giving our thoughts. So let me give some of this. All right. Is that good? All right. There we go.
So that's how you know this show is on.
Yeah, did you a cup? While we're doing this, we're gonna take some questions from the crowd. With our helper Shelby is getting some questions. We already got one question. They wanted a young lady in the crowd. Shelby's searching for her, but she wanted to know what we think of the quarterback situation with Carson Beck. I'll start first. I think Carson Beck has all the physical tools. I've said this for 3 seasons now. I just want to see him be a gamer like Stetson. Stetson couldn't be rattled, even when he made a mistake. Stetson would come back and still, try to win the game. So that's all I'm looking for from Carson, is to see if he can come out and have that passion, that gamer mentality. When he throws a 60-yard touchdown tomorrow against the Gamecocks, is he going to celebrate? I mean, I don't need him to be 2 up, 2 down, but I need to see a little bit of something from him. What do you think about that quarterback situation, JB?
Since I'm just kind of re-entering the role, I didn't 100% get a question, but I
she wanted to know about Carson. How you feel about Carson Beck?
You know what? I think that Carson Beck has a ton of upside. I mean, I've seen so much good out of the kid that I'm just waiting on it to be put together in mean, if we look back, Stetson had his own issues and problems, man. He was Stetson up a game in a heartbeat. You know, he'll throw a pick six, he'll throw 2 interceptions, he'll fumble, and they get the ball on the 10-yard line. So, you know, what we need right now is really some game reps, and we need real live bullets in these game reps. And I think that's where you kind of start to make sure that, well, I don't know, I think we're going to probably get those game reps when we play Tennessee. I ain't quite sure against South Carolina. But the reality is, that we do need some real live game reps for Beck to be able to step into his stride and become the player that I feel like he is. Because I do think that he's a very adequate quarterback.
All right, so we got another question. We're gonna get our girl Shelby to go out and get his question. While our guy Randy, shout out to Randy, man, Creature Comforts, man, bringing us all the different kinds of beer. Like I said, we got the Classic City Lager, we got Rowdy Red, that's you Classic City Lager. We got the Tropicalia going on over here. Hey, we rolling now. We're taking this. I'll be honest with you. I ain't listen.
Hey, so, let me ask you one. I think we're all looking for the same thing. You know, him to step up and be a leader. You can't be shot in that position because the players are going to look to you in the huddle for leadership, for execution, understanding the defense, knowing the competition. So I think all of Bulldog Nation is really looking at Carson Beck, trying to figure out, man, who are you? Are you afraid to take on these challenges, or are you willing to set the fire and put your team in the best position to be successful? Because the one thing about Stetson, yeah, he might catch another game, but he was never afraid of the moment. He took these shots and he made mistakes early, but he was able to build from that. We need to see Carson Beck take those deep shots. He needs to make the effort to get the ball downfield consistently. He needs to turn that corner when he makes mind up to run the ball and go ahead and get as much as possible. He needs to be efficient, but he's got to be effective. You know, the wide receiving core, the tight end, what we have in the backfield, even though we're a little bit light, demands that. We need a guy to give these playmakers the ball, especially in space. And to do that, we need you to lead with a little bit of efficiency and some further behind.
That's right. A good point there. To that point, man, you played the position here at Georgia at a high level, man. And what does that do for a receiver? Especially like we got some guys like a Rod Thomas who's still learning the playbook. We got some young guys in CJ Smith who's inexperienced, but he's getting a lot more playing time. What does that do for a receiver, for that quarterback to come out and take the lead kind of like Stetson did when he comes on the field?
Security blanket. You got faith in that type of guy. You know, 2 things. You know, he understands what the best play is for the team to be successful. And he also knows what your role is. You got to put out identification of what you need to be doing for the team to be successful when he's given the play. You learn to lean on that guy. You have faith in that guy. And you get to the point where you'll sacrifice for it. You know, when I look at it from a receiving position, you'll go after that shot between 2 linebackers because you know he's making the best read possible. You'll go on that fade route and end up blocking downfield because he decided to throw the screen instead of giving you the ball because you know he's making the right decisions on every given play. So I think it's imperative for him to make the right play, but as far as those young playmakers are concerned, those inexperienced guys that he needs to learn how to develop his offense, that's his role. That's why we need to see that development from the quarterback position because the offense is only going to go as fast as he can go. And if he's ready to lead to a high level, if he can put out players and just to be successful to a high degree, then I'm sure he'll be consistent in that, and that will increase his phase of development. These guys go from good experience to really what we want them to be at those big 3 games.
Cool.
Hey, all right. We have another question. I think it was from Corey. Is it to the panel or someone specifically? He wanted to know if Georgia has defense to win a 3rd national championship.
Okay, yeah, I'll field that question. I do think we have the defense. I think the defensive front 7 is going to look different. I don't think of course, people know we don't have a Jalen Carter. We don't have Jordan Davis that's going to disrupt and take on 2 blocks and still be in the backfield. But I do think we got a deeper front 7 than we've had in those past 2 years. I think our guys are good at the point of attack. It's still a Kirby Smart defense. And like I tell everybody, regardless of what's going on in the backfield, in the back end, Kirby not going to let nobody run on us. So if you can't run the ball, as you know, you played the game. You can't run the ball, you can't score. And that's how you end up stopping people. But I do think we have the defense to win another one. Anybody else got something on that?
I'll say something real quick. I want to see more from the linebacker, period. I mean, my D line, yeah, they might not be good with superstars, but the linebacker room is supposed to be one of the best in the nation. I need to see more top of the ball. You know, plays behind the line of scrimmage, spread about the linebacker. And if we need to blitz more, I want to see it from those guys. If the pressure's got to come from anywhere, plays got to be made anywhere. I think it needs to be a linebacker spot, both inside and. I want more, baby.
Hey, to that point, you know, we're not the yardest defensive leader, but we are second in points allowed so far. So go ahead. Go ahead. Now you got another question.
That's what we got a request. We got a request from the audience. They're looking for a great game day football time story when you were here at between the hedges, something that was either funny or something that really just kind of stuck with you. You're looking for some great stories from the guy.
I got one.
We're going to E-Rob first. I got some right in the top of my head. So I think it was a night game where Georgia Tech here at San State. I mean, it was a legend, right? You can feel it. So we go off for warm-ups, everything goes fine. At some point, I kind of felt like I'm kind of short of breath, like just out of the blue. And I went to my friend Landis, hope he's watching. He looked at me, and my face got swole up, man. So I couldn't even barely take my helmet off, right? So before I knew, I guess I had some kind of allergic reaction. So long story short, they had to take me in and pump me full of Benadryl, whatever they pump me full of. But I never did get a chance to play in that game in the electric atmosphere at night. So I had an allergic reaction before the game where I swelled up like a damn blowfish. And I never did make it. Yeah, pretty embarrassing. It's a good mic. Okay. Well, obviously, it's a little bit different perspective for me, obviously, since I didn't play it, Georgia. But I can tell you my quick story. So, obviously, a couple of good friends of mine, Erik Robinson, Patrick Pass, they played at Georgia. And I got some tickets to come to a game. So they had passes that they had left, for guest family, something of that nature. So I got one of my friends, we drove down from Atlanta, one of my real good friends, Daryl. And we drove down, and it was a crazy game. We were playing Tennessee. Katlyne was on the field. So obviously an awesome game to go to. So we walked about 8 miles to the stadium. And then we got all the way up there to the gate. Lady asked for our names. The names are on the list. Check out my pockets. I forgot what my license was. So pleaded with the lady over and over and over. Please let me get in. This is me. This is me. So back then, obviously, we didn't have phones. We didn't have the type of technology that we have today. So I had to run 8 miles back to the car, get my license. Because the lady said she would wait so I could get into the game. So I was excited. I went all the way back. So that meant I had to obviously come back 8 more miles back to the gate so I could get to the game. It was a night game. Got to the gate. Everything was cool except the lady wasn't there. Gate was locked. Game was going on. Peyton Manning had a great game. I believe it was an ESPN night game. So I had to go back to the car. So that's 8 more miles back to the car again. I want y'all to realize it's a lot of 8 miles in there. I had to listen to Larry Munson on the radio.
You didn't make it to the game? You didn't make it to the game?
No, I had to listen to it in the car because when I got back to the gate, the lady was already gone, the one that checked you in, for the friends, the family passes. When she told me she was going to wait, she set me up. So yeah, I had to listen to Larry Munson in the car. And then I was real salty with my homeboy. He's like, man, let's see. I was like, oh, man, let's just go home. I got a quick story before my feeding. So I always go to feeding. So I'm gonna tell you how I did
things have changed since the NIL day. And I'm just gonna tell on myself, I don't want to put any other players in this because I don't know if the steps and limitations have had. I'm just gonna tell on myself. This is how things have changed.
We about to go. This is the last one.
Yeah, because what we were doing was kind of, it may have been illegal. I don't know. That's why I'm just gonna tell on myself. So,
This is the last one. This is the last thing.
the way things have changed between how it used to be and now, NIL days now, these kids, they get a lot of money now and it's legal. But we were so broke, myself and about 3 other players, right over here in the water hall, we would tie shirts around our heads on the weekend and go break into the dorm, the lunchroom because we didn't have nothing to eat. We didn't have money to eat. So we would break in and we got the same 300 pounds, another guy 6'4", 320, and all we would
Turn this mic off. Turn this mic off. Hey,
we don't have to do that anymore.
listen. Hey, we want to listen. Shout out to Shawty for the story, and that is his story. Not respect and hate it. Creature Comforts may not be true. Allegedly. So, hey, listen. We are listen. The Georgia Red Coat Alumni Band about to warm up, as you can hear in the background. So we got a little bit more time. We want to bring up the CEO of Creature Comforts so he can talk about the beer and so we can thank you. All right, here we go. It's Chris Herron, the CEO and former athlete and honors college graduate of the University of South Carolina.
That's a fact.
Hey, thanks for having us today, Chris. We definitely appreciate it, man. And here in the last 10, 15 minutes or so, we brought out some of the great beer you have. We got the
Rowdy Red.
The Rowdy Red.
This is good. Yeah. I'm just curious. I got a question for y'all. What is your favorite Creature Comforts beer you've had so far?
Rowdy Red. Rowdy Red.
Tropicalia.
And so we got Tropicalia. We got the Classic City Lager. And
LA commemorative stout over there. So we are getting ready to open our brewery in Los Angeles, California. Yeah. So come on out there for the Rose Bowl, come check it out. But that is
that what a championship game is? Because if it is, we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. And yeah, that's a good one. Don't do too much of that, man. That bottle's not just for one person. That's like 13%. That's a big thing.
This is some good stuff, man. So we definitely appreciate Creature Comforts for having us out today, man. Chris, come on the show, man. He's been more than welcoming to Respect the Hedges and the podcast. Got some great beer. We're going to stay and hang out. They got the Red Coat Alumni Association band. We got Harry Dog is coming. And for those that don't have tickets, there will be a ticket giveaway later on for tomorrow's game, man. Thank you, Chris and Creature Comfort, for everything you guys do.
Thank you guys for the honor that y'all came and hung out with us there. And welcome back anytime.
There it is, man. Listen, this has been Respect the Hedges, man. Our first on-site show. And we appreciate all y'all for showing up. Everybody online is viewing. Hey, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, catch us every Tuesday night. Shout out to my son and Blurble Videos, the anime channel, for checking in. My guy. That's right. So, and then listen, man, this panel, man, I knew it when I was in school, but we wasn't close like that, but we have grown close over the past 3 seasons, man, and I just appreciate y'all for coming rocking with your boy and developing something real strong, man, to future endeavors. Grab something to future endeavors.
Folks, let me know every year we done this show, we're gonna walk the national championship.
That's right. We started in 2021 and we're gonna keep going. That's right. To everybody here My panel showing that Parker, True Cal, JB, Chris, the CEO of Creature Comforts, E-Rob, Corey Allen, Corey Bridges from South Carolina, and my lovely lady, Cheryl Heena, and Mr. Hedges, and
We win 30.